What's up, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna do y'all a favor, and I'm gonna let y'all have a cup of coffee with me today. Do y'all a favor. I'm gonna do y'all a solid and let y'all have a cup of coffee with me today, man. Good morning. Let me heat my coffee up. What's up? It's my kitchen chair, man. That's my kitchen chair, man. I got that nice coconut oil on my skin. I got the dope coconut oil on my skin from Fiji. Look at that little baby out there playing with that puppy. Damn, sorry about that, y'all. I gotta get this shit right, man. You know, my shit got to be perfect. You know, I got to have it perfect. Perfect. All right, so we got the coffee. Look, heating up my coffee. It's only a little bit left. Put a little, see the fire? But I want to turn it down. I don't want to get too hot too quick. So just let y'all know. That's what we got. Good morning. I love everybody, man, and I hope you love yourself. I love myself all the time, in a big way. I love myself in a big way. All right, so let's eat a boiled egg too. Look at the boiled egg joint. So you got to get the boiled egg so you get that protein in you, man, and the BCAAs. The egg, man, the egg is so good for you. It's not even funny, man. You know what I'm saying? Put a little water on that joint. So we peeled it. Turn that down. So we got the boiled egg. Trader Joe's sea salt. Check me out. Sea salt on that joint. Trader Joe's black pepper. Yo, Trader Joe's, you owe me a check, man. Promoting your shit, man. So we got the salt and pepper on it. See it? Good stuff. Good stuff. So listen, man. You gotta let go of the past, man. You gotta let go of the past, man. That was a major stumbling block for me. Major. I couldn't let go of the past. Ah, shit, it's hot. That was a major stumbling block for me, man. I couldn't let go of the past, and I suffered. I suffered in silence. Look at that right there. Look at that steam coming off that coffee. Look at that steam. My steam better than your steam. Look at that steam. You don't got no steam like that on your coffee. Your coffee don't steam like that. My coffee steam better than your coffee. I was holding on to past situations and past events and things that happened to me bad decisions I made and mistakes I made that I couldn't change, man. And I suffered. And I couldn't move forward because I was always looking back. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. I shoulda did this, man. I coulda did that. Looking at it now, I woulda did that. None of that shit matters, man. It's over. What then happened, and no matter how much you rehash it in your mind, no matter how many times you replay the game in your mind, no matter how many times, you know, you look at it from a different perspective, you cannot change what has already happened. Let the dead past bury the dead. And my mother used to tell me that all the time. Let the dead past bury the dead. You gotta move on. Living in the past, especially when we're dealing with hurtful situations, situations where we may have embarrassed ourselves or been humiliated, caused ourselves a lot of pain. It can't do nothing in the present moment, right? But bring you bad feelings, right? Make you upset, make you depressed, make you angry, right? Make you sad. Like what positive things can you do with those types of thoughts, right? And we already know that the thought is the seed and the emotion is the fruit from the thought. That the thought comes first, and whatever you think, that's how you gonna feel. You can't do nothing thinking and feeling like that. You gotta let go of the past, man. Ain't nothing you could do. You know, you got jerked. They jerked you for some money. You know, your lady, your wife, you know, one of your best friends was knocking down your wife, or your husband was knocking down your sister, you know, or another family member, you know, you was in love with her, now she don't love you no more because you made mistakes. And nothing you could do. It's gone. It's gone. The best thing you could do is change today and move forward. You gotta move forward. You gotta move forward, y'all. You gotta move forward. It's so critically important. There's nothing beneficial. There's nothing fruitful. There's nothing life-giving, right, about living in the past and holding on to past events. The past is dead, right? So it can't give you life. What's in the past is dead, right? So it don't have no life. So living back there, you're not getting no type of life force energy to push you forward. This thing is about life. You want to think thoughts of life. You want to speak words of life. You want to think thoughts of power, right? To impact your day to day, right? Because you got to go out there today and you got to destroy the competition. And you got to put yourself in the best possible position to win. Wait a minute, that wasn't no good. Let me get some saliva in my throat. Hold it. Good cup of coffee. Man, ain't nothing you could do. I remember when I caught my Fed case, man, and I lost my $1 million, lost my business, lost my $400,000 a year income, lost my houses. I had 9 rental properties that brought me in about $7,000 a month. I had a financial consulting business that brought me in 400 grand a year, with 330. Then with the property management business that I had a whole bunch of shit, man. And man, when I lost it, man, when I lost all of that, man, I was devastated, man, and I wanted to die. I was devastated. I was devastated beyond anything I've ever felt before. If anybody out there, the only people that are going to be able to identify with that is the people that have had $1 million plus and lost it all. They'll know exactly what I'm feeling. Look at that bird just landed on that roof right there. You can't see it because you're looking at me this way. I can see it because I'm looking at that. Man, that was one of the most psychologically challenging experiences I've ever been through in my life, man. Right up there when I got clean from drugs and alcohol in 1990. I've been clean from drugs and alcohol for 32 years. October 16th would be 33 years. I don't smoke no weed, I don't drink, I don't use drugs, I don't do nothing. I'm straight clean. Straight up square. Lame nigga. But I lost everything I built. That shit took me years to build. That net worth, $1.2 million, took me years to build. I became a millionaire when I was 38, 39. Overcame drug and alcohol addiction. My people were enslaved in this country. I'm the foundation of Black America. My mother picked cotton as a little girl. My father's side of the family, my grandfather was a slave his whole life, and I was able to rise up in America and become a millionaire. It took me, how long did that shit take me? 99, about 8 years. It took me about 8 years to get up to that level, and I lost it. I blew it all in like 2 years, But the point is this, is that when I lost it, man, I was utterly devastated. And all I could think of, all I did was live in the past. Sean, you shouldn't have did this, you should have did that. Damn, you could have did this, instead you did that. And I didn't know, what had happened to me. What had happened to me for the first time. I had never experienced that. I had no experience with what I went through as far as dealing with the feds. And I made some poor choices based on fear, depression, and anxiety and desperation. Bad combination to be making financial decisions. And I lost it all. And I stayed there for like 3 years. I didn't forgive myself. And I just beat myself up and told myself how stupid I was and told myself how dumb I was, and repeatedly, every day, all day. And that's the way it went down. And then going to federal prison saved my life. That shit saved me. That was one of the best things ever happened to me in my life. One of the best, not the best. Because it gave me a chance to hit the refresh button and start all over again from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And, I finally forgave myself. I accepted what had happened. And then I came to the realization that I could no longer afford to carry that backpack around with all of my past mistakes and all my past failures in it. I could not continue to move forward carrying that stuff around, and I had to take that backpack off and leave it alone, and I felt lighter. And then I was able to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I was able to move forward, and I did. I got out of prison in 2016. I did 16 months in the joint. I got out 2016. Ain't been in no trouble since. I went into prison 194 pounds, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea, high triglycerides, high cholesterol, borderline diabetic. I was in bad shape. And when I came out the joint, I was 171 pounds, lean, and ready to go for whatever, with whoever. And with a new outlook on life, a new outlook on myself. I forgave myself for my mistakes. I promised myself that I wasn't gonna hurt me anymore. I became friends with myself. You understand? Because when you make big mistakes in your life, when you do it to yourself, you start to hate yourself. I hated me, man, for what I did to myself, for losing that money and my wealth and all that material stuff. I hated me. I detested me, who I was, because I was so attached to material things, and I was so indoctrinated, right, in my growing up, that material things validated me, right, and material things stamped you a success, right, and it what's the word I'm looking for? That material things validated me, right? That it showed the world and people that I didn't even know, people who didn't even care, that I was somebody, you know, instead of me intrinsically and inherently knowing that I'm somebody anyway, whether if I'm riding in a drop top BMW or if I'm on a skateboard. I'm still a dope nigga either way, right? Whether I got 9 rental properties, okay, or I'm living in this 2-bedroom apartment here, I'm still a fly nigga. Either way, you know. That's the level of that's where I'm at today, right? There's 8 billion people on the planet, right? And not one of them is better than me. Not one. Not one. And I put myself up against anybody. I'm always going better than me. Right? So I forgave myself, and I took an oath that I was going to become my best friend. That I was going to become my best friend instead of my best enemy. I was going to become my best friend instead of my best enemy, because I was great for sabotaging me. I was great for destroying me. I was great for jerking me, for robbing me, for sticking me up, for robbing me at gunpoint. I was great for that. I don't do that no more. I love me, and I put myself in the best position to win. I don't hang around no people. I got some friends. I know who my friends are. The niggas that sent me money when I was in the joint, and the people that helped me while I was in prison. People that I didn't even suspect. And the people who I thought would step up and be there for me in my time of need turned their back on me. So I learned a lot from that. So I don't live in the past no more. I got to move forward. My future is bright. I've came all the way back. You know, I don't have nowhere near the net worth that I did have, right? Nowhere near. But where I'm at now, this Sean you looking at, the Sean G you looking at in this little ass apartment, right? With a little small net worth. Actually, I don't even have that because I still owe the IRS a bunch of money. But this Sean, well, what you looking at, versus the Sean that was worth 1.2 million with all these material things, 400,000 in income. I'm 19 times better in this chair than I was if you compare me to the nigga I was when I had all that money. I was a shell of a man. I just had a lot of money. I was a weak motherfucker. I just had a lot of money that was able to engender people's respect up front without them even knowing me, right? Because in this country, in the United States of America, we're taught to respect people with money without even knowing who they are, just because they got money. And they could be pedophiles, they could be rapists, they could be, they could be the most vile people you could be. But we just instinctively, well, I used to, I don't respect nobody now, you understand, for what they got. That don't mean nothing to me because I had it. And I knew how shallow I was when I had money. I knew how much of a manipulator I was, how deceitful I was, how much of a liar I was. When I had the most money in my life, when I was the most wealthy in my life, I was the worst individual. Me. All the way around, spiritually, mentally, and health-wise. Now, today that I'm broke, I got a little bit of money. I'm the best nigga, I'm the best individual I've ever been. I mean, look at me physically, right? Look at how I look at 54 years old, right? So, as above, so below. As below, so above. So how I look on the outside is a reflection of how I am on the inside, right? That's the Kabbalion, the principle of correspondence, right? It's certain things, I got boundaries, I got ethics, principles. It's just some certain shit I just ain't gonna do for money. You can offer me money for some certain things, I ain't gonna, because all money ain't good money, right? You can't buy Sean G. I ain't nobody's slave. You understand? I'm a man. I'm a man. Foundational Black American man from the United States of America. The nigga, the slave nigga, the true one. There's just certain things I'm not gonna do. Certain things I'm not gonna do for no money. Nah. Shout out to y'all, man. Don't live in the past. Get up out of that. Whatever you going through, however you feel, I know it hurts. I've been there. I know you're not eating. I know you're not sleeping. I know you're depressed. I know you got anxiety. You're worried. You're full of fear. At the same time, I've been there. Depressed, full of fear, desperation, anger, all at the same time. Humiliated, just gotta find a way to go one more day. You gotta find a way to go one more day. You gotta find a way to go one more day. You don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. Tomorrow's a new day. And sometimes we need to blow up our lives in order to build a new life. Sometimes we need to crash and burn. Sometimes we need to crash and burn our whole life in order to get right. That's the only thing that's going to get our attention. And it's the only thing that's going to introduce us to the real us. Because if you was anything like me, I was a phony when I had money. I was a fake, right? And when you crash and burn and you flat on your back and you by yourself and everybody reveals themselves to you, and people who you thought was your friends and your family who were going to come and be there for you, when you were there for them, when they was going through theirs and they don't come, then you realize you all by yourself, right? And then you get introduced to a new you. That's the best thing in the world. And that can only happen when you crash and burn. So don't feel ashamed about what you're going through right now. Don't feel humiliated by what has happened. Or even if you do, that's cool. If you feel humiliated, you feel embarrassed, cool. If you're depressed, and you're angry, and you're sad, and you're fearful, and you're suicidal, and you're homicidal, cool. Feel all of that. Then at some point, you're going to have to let that go and come up with a plan and start building back, right? And don't try to get back what you lost. Just try to build a new pile. That was another mistake I made. I was trying desperate ways to get back the $1.2 million I lost, taking crazy risks and chances. And that was dumb. And all I did was continue to lose. And then I just said, Sean, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck what you lost. Build a new one block at a time, $1 at a time, one nickel at a time, $1 at a time, $1 at a time, $1 at a time, one $5 bill at a time, one $10 bill. Do it that way. And be grateful for yourself, right? And look at how strong you are for surviving something like that. Everybody don't survive that. People kill themselves. They take their life. People commit suicide when they lose that kind of money I lost. And what happened to me. And I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? Didn't cooperate, didn't rat. I don't do that. They wanted me to. I could have stayed out of prison if I would have ratted, become an informant. Fuck that. I don't do that. My name's Sean Gunby. I got a good name on all 7 continents all around the world. And because my name is good, my son's name is good. He can go anywhere. And they say, who your father? Your father Sean G? He said, yeah, that's my dad. You good people, come on in. You want something to eat? Sit down. Get him some water. Get him something to drink. See, that means something to me. My integrity is everything to me, right? My name is everything to me, because that's all you got at the end of the day, who you are. And I don't compromise my principles for nobody, man. You know, so 54 years old, I look fantastic, you know what I'm saying? Nigga look money. You know what I'm saying? I work out every day, 7 days a week. I take care of my son. I'm a single father. I got joint custody with his mother. I beef with her and shit about certain shit, but fuck her too. This is my life, and I'm gonna run it my way. Sean is my son, and the male gene is the dominant gene. Whatever the father is, that's what the child is. Anatomy and physiology and biology states that between 68% and 74% of the male genome, the male deoxyribonucleic acid, the DNA, the chromosomes, the gene pool, 68%, 74% pass from the father to the child. So whatever the father is, that's what the child is. And see, you can look at Sean and see who he is. You look at him and look at me. I got them strong slave genetics, them nigga genetics, strong blood. So I don't take nothing from nobody. God, the sun, moon, and stars entrusted me with my son, and I took an oath that my life was over when he got here, that my life was over. Chasing a whole bunch of women. I used to chase crazy women. I used to have like 6, 7 women, 8 women at one time. I'm lying, oh man, it was a disaster. It was such a distraction, you know, but I thought, you know, getting a lot of pussy was what it was all about, you know, fucking as many girls as I could. And in my younger days, that meant something to me, but today it don't mean nothing, because when I went to prison, you know what happened? Only one of them sent me money, put money on my books. Only one out of all the women I dealt with. And I gave them tens and thousands of dollars, cars, trips. I went to prison, the bitches wouldn't even answer the phone when I called. Taught me a lesson. Somebody that love you and somebody that's truly your friend, you appreciate them, man. And you cherish them, because they far and few in between, especially with the honeys, man. You get you a fly honey, man, and she ain't got to be fly. She could be ugly and fat. But if she is down with you, like 4 flat tires, in your darkest, lowest moments, you don't never let her go. You don't never let her go. And you reciprocate and you take care of her like she took care of you when you was at your low moment. You required to do that. Whoever stay loyal to you when you down and fucked up, you never forget that. You put that on your hard drive and you stay down and loyal to them forever. And whoever you stayed loyal to, and then when you was down and fucked up and they didn't stay loyal to you, you keep that on your hard drive and you never forget, and you tell them to their face when you get a chance what they did, and you never deal with them again because they showed you who they were. And you believe it. Don't give them no benefit of the doubt. When you was down and you needed them, they didn't show. But when they was down and they needed you, you showed. That's right. That's the way I live my life. Oh, man. Well, we finna get out of here, man. We gotta go to a baseball tournament down in Baltimore. Sean got a baseball tournament. I just drank my cup of coffee. I'm not gonna give y'all none. If ever you come on here and you see me drinking coffee, you see me making coffee, I'm never gonna make you a cup. You make your own cup. I bought that coffee. This is my cup. That's my coffee. My spoon, my cream. Every man for themselves. Every tub sit on its own bottom. No, you can't have none of my coffee. No. You make your own coffee. I don't want none of your coffee. You get your own coffee and I get my own coffee. I'm a man. I got my own coffee. I don't want your coffee. I don't want your coffee. My coffee tastes better than your coffee anyway. My coffee better than your coffee. Peace.